I can't get over this eyelash. I can't get over this. Like, look at this. And then look at this. And the crazy thing about this is that it doesn't even feel like I have lashes on because the spine of the lash is so thin. The lash itself is so thin, it doesn't weigh anything down. It enhances in the most subtle, beautiful, very on trend with what's going on in makeup right now, that minimalist way. If you don't have natural, beautiful lashes and it's just not something that I'm blessed with, these will get you the natural lashes that some of those girls have without strips, but with strips, and they don't look fake, they don't weigh your eyes down, nothing. It's my favorite lash ever. I have tried nearly every single lash on the market, and I have just discovered one of the most beautiful, most natural, most comfortable, and most universally flattering lashes ever, and I'm very excited to share them with you today. Let's go. These are the Ardell Natural Lashes and they're number 110. I can't believe I found these. I initially thought that they wouldn't be enough. Like, just looking at them in the case, I was underwhelmed. And so I think that's why I've never reached for these in my makeup business. I've bought every Ardell lash 1,000 times for brides, for clients, for everyone, but I never seem to reach for this one because I find it underwhelming. But lately I've just been finding, like I said, that lashes are looking too dense, too heavy. It's not really going with the whole makeup minimalist, very natural, soft look that's trending this year, that's been trending for the last couple of years. So I decided to pick these up, and as soon as I put them on my eye, I knew immediately that I had to share them with you because I think you are going to love them. I know you guys, I know my audience, and I have a feeling this is so up your alley. So without further ado, let's put it on and I will show you. I'll show you step by step what I do. So the first thing that I don't do is curl my own lashes before I put these on. The reason I don't want to curl my lashes is because when my lashes are curled, it actually is very hard for me to lay these on the lash line because my lash gets in the way. So what I like to do first is apply my mascara. So let's zoom in. So now the next thing that you want to do is you want to place the lash on your lashes without any glue. So look down into your mirror and place your lash. Now, I prefer a shorter lash, so I always cut from the outside. So what that means is I'm gonna take the inside part of the lash, I'm gonna line it up with my lashes. So my lashes start here, I'm gonna line it up, and then I'm gonna line up the edges and I'm gonna see how much I have to cut. Now I can see right here that I have about 2 clusters here that I need to cut or this isn't going to fit well. So whenever you're looking at this in the mirror, think about it in terms of the amount of lash clusters that you need to cut. Now, before you add any glue at all, I want you to go back again and measure your eye to make sure that you got it. So line up to that inner lash line. So make sure when you open that the lash here isn't sitting too far out. If the lash here sits too far out, it's gonna bring your eye line down this way, and it's gonna make your eye look droopy on the sides or too heavy or weighted on the sides. Now you can apply your lash glue. So the lash glue that I'm using today is by House of Lashes. I got it at Sephora, but you can also use Duo. Duo is a great, very universally easy to find lash glue. I use that in my pro kit all the time. And all you wanna do is apply a very thin layer of glue to the entire spine of the lashes, and then you wanna give it a few seconds to get tacky. If you apply your lashes right away before it gets tacky, it's not gonna wanna stick. It's gonna slide around the eyelid, it's gonna be a disaster. So just give it 30 seconds, 45 seconds to get tacky, and then you can start working it into the lash line. Now here's something that's gonna make your life a lot easier. Use tweezers. So pop your lashes on some tweezers like this. And then you can position them on your eye in the exact place that you want them to sit. Now, like I said, I like popping that inner part first where my lashes begin, and then I work my way across the eye until I get to the outer part of the eye. Now, if lashes are going to stick out, it's almost always going to release on the inner corner. So make sure that you're really getting right in there and pushing it down into the lash line so that the glue has something to hold on to. The inner or the outer corner is where it's going to lift. And see where I'm positioning my mirror? My mirror is right under my face because I need to be able to look down. Now, for most people, this is enough, but I also have another little trick for you that I think you'll find really helpful if you use lashes a lot. You can get these types of tweezers. This one is by the brand Kiss, and it's made specifically for lash application, so I will show you the tip. It's actually quite long and thin. Okay, if you compare this to this, you can see the difference. Now, the reason I like this is because I then like to go in and actually squish my lash with the fake lash. And if you move your glue a little down the band, then you'll have a little glue on the lash so that when you go like this, you're sticking your lashes with the falsies and you'll get way longer wear time and more of like a foolproof application, you know? Like there's no way that it's going to lift if they're really squished together. Now the only issue we have is that the lashes aren't curled, right? We didn't want to curl them before we put the lashes on because then it's hard to get the lashes on the base because your lashes are in the way of the falsies. But then what do if you want your lashes to be lifted? Now, we all know this tool. This is a traditional curling tool for lashes, right? Now we can go in and put our lashes in and clamp and lift them that way. I've done that a million times. The only issue with that is sometimes it works like a dream. And sometimes when you go to release it, it will take the lash with you, which is very frustrating. So I found a workaround way to do this, and that's with a heated lash curler. Now, I am obsessed with this thing. I love this. I bought it on Amazon and it works incredibly well. There's 3 temperature settings. I always put it on the highest one. It doesn't burn me at all, but if you get this, definitely go easy on it at first to make sure that it's not going to bother you because I don't have very sensitive skin or sensitive eyes. So I'm just going to give that a few seconds to heat up and then I'll show you how I curl them with this guy without risk of using this guy and pulling them out but still having them lifted. So all you want to do is put this little comb at the base of the lashes and then work your way up, pushing the lashes up. So it's just like a hair curling iron. The heat is what's going to make them lift up. If you struggle with curling your lashes, you should definitely get one of these. Okay, I'll just put a little bit of mascara underneath and then I will show you the difference. It's such a big difference. Oh my gosh, these lashes are amazing. The last thing I want to do is tight line my upper waterline. Sometimes if there's a little tiny gap between your lashes and the false lash, you'll see it and you can get around that by tight lining. What a difference. Look at that difference. This still looks, in my opinion, completely natural. Like you really can't tell that it's not my eyelash, but it's so much more open and fuller and balanced. Isn't that unreal? Let's do the other eye just so that we can get really used to what we're doing. So again, we're grabbing that lash from the outside and then we are just going to place it on the lash line starting from the inside of the eye, and we're counting clusters. So I can see that I have 2 clusters to cut. Don't assume that because you cut 2 clusters on one eye that you will cut 2 clusters on the other eye. Oftentimes our faces are not symmetrical and sometimes one eye is a little bit wider than the other. So measure each eye individually, okay? I've made that mistake a lot on clients and realized only after when the glue was on that it wasn't fitting perfectly. So measure every eye individually before you pop those on. Then make sure before it's on that it's perfect before adding that glue, and it's looking pretty good. So we add some glue, then we just wanna let that get tacky. Now, while it's getting tacky, I'm just gonna place it on my tweezer because it is so much easier for me to pop these on when it's on a tweezer. All right, now that we're tacky, what we can do is line this up. Once we have the lash in the position that we want it to be in, we can take our lash tweezers and we can just press, curl, max heat. And then we can tight line to blend that lash line out. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope that you found that helpful, and I especially hope that you feel beautiful today. This video is over.